As architecture continues to develop and the standardizations of modernism change, it is just as important to keep in mind the architecture of the past. France is home to tens of thousands of historical sites and takes historic preservation very seriously. Not only do they nationally recognize their historic buildings, they have set legal acts and regulations to maintain them. Aside from regulations that preserve the building itself, they also set regulations for keeping the surroundings from ruining the building or views of the building. To further regulate the surroundings, France has taken the step to create conservation areas. This allows for easier control over the preservation of buildings and its context. By having conservation areas, the streets and facades of neighboring buildings will stay the same, so the context of the historic building doesn't negatively change. In the United States, historic preservation is also considered an aspect in the field of architecture, but it is not developed to the same extent as it has in France. The United States has rules and regulations that control historic preservation at the federal, state, and local levels, but is mostly successful in cases where it's locally controlled. In 1966, a national act was passed that requires each state to implement a preservation program. From this, each state has established historic sites, and nationally there are over 2,000 preservation ordinances. America has changed its initial focus of preservation from sites associated with historical figures to sites of architectural and aesthetic value. Recognizing buildings for the architectural value is key to determining past architectural success and promoting current architecture to be as iconic.